Guys, another Adonis review today. We are going to do Hogwarts Legacy, and I am pretty impressed. I feel like Hogwarts Legacy kind of had two ways it could go, right? There was this first impression that this could be, the future of gaming, groundbreaking, not only give everything that Harry Potter fans could want, but, also be a spectacular game that could make someone who hates Harry Potter, love it by how good the game is. And I don't know if I made this up in my mind or I don't know how I kind of got this idea, but I kind of imagined it would be like a Destiny slash Witcher 3 combination, like this giant open world game with countless updates and missions, that you make your own character with, and choose your house and do all that fun stuff and missions and an overarching story. And I also for some reason believe that it would be open world with online people that also choose housing and whatever. Maybe I just made that up because that's a good idea and it would make sense if they did it. But whatever, it doesn't have the online playing with other people or multiplayer, but I guess one day it could. We can hope for that. But the other arch that it could have headed towards was, it disappointing on every level and being trash and letting everyone down, not only the fans, but, typical gaming people at all. The game could be for nobody. And I will say, after putting over 50 hours into it, is it doesn't reach the grand scale that I imagined for no reason, but it does hit a nice 75% middle ground where it accomplishes enough that I think people who love Harry Potter and wanted to see a game that does justice. I feel like it accomplishes at minimum what they wanted, and also is a great enough game to make someone who doesn't like Harry Potter and would have no real reason to play this game, and it's a good enough game for anybody to enjoy. At the heart and core of this game, it is a Harry Potter game. I guess I couldn't even say Harry Potter game. It's a Hogwarts game where you are a new student starting your 5th year, which kind of gives you a curve of skill, and you starting your 5th year there is a reason behind it that you'll find out throughout the story, and you get chosen for a house, which you make promise with the sorting hat to kind of lead you towards the house that you may pick. I got the house I wanted, go Gryffindor immediately, so I didn't have to see what would happen if I got a house I didn't want to get. But I think that maybe you could go back and change it or fight the hat if you really felt like it. But anyways, and I thought this game at first, just walking around the castle walls, I was impressed. I was like, wow, this castle is huge. There's so many secrets and mysteries and little tricks that you could find that I would have been happy and hit the bare minimum of what I expected if they just had the castle in there. But it truly is an open world game. It not only gives you the full castle, 100% made, not only with things in Harry Potter, and locations, but it literally gives locations to every type of version of Hogwarts Castle. Because the castle, of course, has changed and they've added stuff to make the movie better, depending on what it is, and they've adapted everything. Just for an example, like in the first movie, Hagrid's shack is in this fucking certain location in the castle, and they moved it in the third movie so that it was kind of down a hill, so you could possibly see the hippogriff from a better angle and whatnot. And instead of just choosing one location and putting it in the game, they put both of those locations in there. Because why not? Both could exist. Now we live in a world where maybe Hagrid lived in that first shack and then he moved over later on. We don't know. which is pretty neat. So the recreation is phenomenal and done to the T. Everything that is in the game they've put back into this, truly amazing. And they've also added a full recreation of Hogsmeade. And again, at that point, I still was like, oh wow, it's pretty big. Look like getting all the way to Hogsmeade, it's a full little town. Nope, keeps going. There's a huge, giant area, the train station, fucking vast, giant fields. I can't say it's as big as The Witcher or anything, but I can say that even I haven't fully explored all of it yet. And I'm trying to, I try to keep myself maintained. I don't want to go all over the map, in the first hour and then be like, oh, that's it. But like I said, I put like 50 hours into it and haven't gotten everywhere yet. And I'm because of the way they level it out, I'm always constantly flying to a place, can only unlock certain things, and then as I come back later, I have new spells that allow me to unlock it, which is great. So I truly feel like this game gives out on every level. The good is that they give you a vast variety of spells and different ways to fight, depending on your playstyle, and really make, a unique playstyle of how you want to attack somebody. You could toggle someone in the air with different types of floating and whatnot, and hitting them with fire or ice. Or you can throw rocks at them, or barrels, or there's just a whole variety of things you can do. You could stick with the typical spells that you see, or you can, dabble in the dark side, and you can get, curses and Avada Kedavra and just roast people. I mean, I've straight up murdered people in insane ways countless times, just turned them to ash, which is pretty insane. Just think that they would allow you to do that. That is a strange thing I've noticed about this game, is that they really give you, there's not kind of like a middle ground in being good or bad. They kind of give you the ability to, be a good guy or a bad guy, but where it doesn't really mean anything, but you can just be an asshole for no reason. And it's not like a somewhat asshole, it's like a real asshole. Like, you can either be like, hey, no problem, I helped you in this mission. It was, I love helping you, you're a good person. Or it's like, hey, you're a piece of shit, and I want money for helping you. I hate you, I hate your mom, and I hate everyone in your family, and, they're disgusted for having you as a kid. And you're like, damn, isn't there a middle ground? Can't I just be like, I want a reward for helping you, but, you're a great guy? Like, it's aggressive. But I digress. So, like I said, fighting, great, a lot of diversity. The graphics are phenomenal. They look beautiful. The mini games, puzzles, side missions, things that they've added that are open world mishmashes to kind of keep you occupied. I will say that some of them, or most, aren't the most difficult brain busters that you could possibly find, but that doesn't make them the charm in them any less. For instance, the one you just saw right there, and I first seen that one, I was like, what is happening here? And it's very simple when you get down to it, but it's still, like I said, the charm is just there. It's just nice and creative, and there's enough of them to make it pass by where it doesn't feel like a chore. It does kind of feel rewarding finding them, even so the difficulty of it isn't too insane. And it does constantly give you treats, because this is a gear-based game, so you're constantly upgrading with better apparel and skins and wands and things that you can make yourself look better throughout the game. So you're always constantly getting rewarded for things, which is a nice addition as well, so it doesn't get stale.
I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
And they also allow you to customize the skins as well. So if you have some gear that looks terrible with each other, you can adjust the gear so everything matches, and it's the best skin that you like for whatever you're doing. So if you get a really high level gear that looks like shit, you can still change it so it looks like however you want to look, which is nice. When it comes to the negatives of the game,
I found the location.
I mean, there's not much. Like I said, if they added online, it might be a nice addition. If you could walk around and hang out with people, or do some sort of side mission with a friend, but that's just really reaching for the stars. I'd say that'd be amazing. But I say the truly only negative I can think of is just the fact that some side missions, like I said, aren't the most brain bustering. They aren't so difficult. I feel like some of them are meant for children, and I felt like they could have made a little bit more difficulty in it, but that's about it. Overall, it's a great game. I feel like you have high expectations, and then you expect them to be destroyed, so you lower them a little bit, expecting it to be not as good as you hope it to be, and then it surpasses that level you put it at, where you're like, wow, this actually is more than I thought. It's truly a game for everybody. If you're not thinking you shouldn't do it because you don't like Harry Potter, I'd say play it anyways. I think you'll enjoy it. I think it's a game for everybody. So I hope this gives you an idea of trying it, and if you do try it thinking you wouldn't because you hate Harry Potter, you like it, let me know. Thanks.